In the first FNaF movie, the credits included the song by Dali and Tombstone, the FNaF 1 song. This melody was a pleasant surprise, as it served as a tribute to the saga. However, its lyrics also fit the movie quite well, without creating too many contradictions with the lore. However, in the FNaF 2 movie, many of us wonder, would it be possible to include the famous song It's Been So Long? To understand why including It's Been So Long would be a delicate matter, we first need to review how music was used in the first movie, in the FNaF 1 movie. Dali's song in Tombstone was not only an excellent way to pay tribute to the fandom, but it also fit well with the plot that had been shown. The song is apparently sung by one of the animatronics. And among the most relevant things, the lyrics mention an imposter who took their life, and now they are trapped and doomed to become waste. In the chorus it says they are poor souls without freedom, forced into this role, but also that they fueron atrapados desde el 87. And well, regarding the first part of the lyrics, there is no problem, since the imposter could serve Nafton. However, regarding the other thing, we know that in the video games, the missing children incident happened in 1985, not 1987. This last date was used in the song because in FNaF 1, the phone guy says that in that year, a child suffered a bite to his frontal lobe.
Apparently it sings about the animatronics, and the relevant lyrics are from an imposter. He took it away and wasted it.
But that's about another incident, so we shouldn't confuse it. Now in the movie this topic becomes a bit ambiguous, since Vanessa only tells Mike that the incident happened in the 80s.
Why did you say children disappeared?
It's just that in the 80s,
What happened to them?
it was big news.
I mean, it doesn't make it clear if it was in 85 or if it was in 87. So yes, there could be a chance that the incident happened on this later date. So, while this part of the song may create inconsistencies with the video games, it doesn't necessarily happen with the movie. As for the rest of the song, there's nothing else relevant to mention. Well, except that in one part it says that the guard's face looks familiar to the animatronics. This part of the lyrics could have been inspired by the fact that, in those years, there was a theory going around that the security guard was possibly responsible for the incident, the one about the missing children. Which, as of today, we know is not the case, and the movie isn't either. The one responsible isn't Mike, but William Afton. However, like the song's lyrics, it's not definitive and remains a maybe. It may not affect the lore and could fit the plot. The music didn't interfere with the story, because the lyrics of the song can fit within the overall mystery without altering the established facts. But now let's talk about It's Been So Long. This song is beloved by fans and has a highly emotional tone, especially when conveying a mother figure's anguish. Is this song sung by a mother? In this song, we are presented with a figure who is looking for her child and the pain of losing him. This makes a lot of sense within the narrative of FNaF, especially if we think about the children who are victims of Afton. If we look at the lyrics, at first they don't interfere with the lore, since in fact we've never been given relevant information about the parents of the missing children. So the song, in this sense, can take certain liberties. Even so, the problem happens in this line. It won't be long before I'll become a puppet. That is, it won't be long before I become a puppet or before I become a yes. That's fine. We find something that doesn't quite align with the lore if we use the games as lore. We know that Puppet is the soul of Charlotte Emily, the daughter of Henry, the co-founder of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The story shows us that Charlotte is the one who becomes Puppet, not her mother. So, if the lyrics of the song are narrated from the point of view of a mother looking for her child, well, in this case, it should actually be a daughter. The claim that she will become Puppet suggests a distortion of the canon. This directly contradicts the lore, where Puppet represents Henry's daughter, not the mother of a lost child or Henry's daughter. The FNaF 2 movie also doesn't seem likely to change this part of the lore. That is, Puppet will continue to be possessed by Charlotte Emily in the film, so it will be an inconsistency both in the video games and in the movies. Now, it could be argued that the lyrics don't need to be taken literally. Maybe the song is a metaphor for a mother's pain, the suffering of losing a child, and the desire for revenge or justice. In this case, the line "I'll become a puppet" could be interpreted symbolically, not literally. Maybe the mother feels controlled by the pain of her loss, manipulated by the circumstances that were forced upon her. Similar to how Puppet is controlled by the tragedy of his own death, or similar to how you would feel controlled if you were a puppet. This could be a much more emotional interpretation and wouldn't have to be specifically linked to the animatronic puppet, and it's better that way. On the other hand, I wouldn't want to get off topic. These minigames that are shown to us don't have much to do with Charlotte Emily, since remember, she appears in this minigame and in this other one, not in the Go Foxy ones. And things like Will and Afton using the Freddy suit and not the Spring Bonnie one is also something to keep in mind and wouldn't make sense with the plot. And yes, it's better if we ignore this and don't take it into account. Going back to the main topic. The interesting thing about this contradiction is that if the song is used in Snaftos' movie, it could change the meaning given to certain elements of the story. Although the lyrics of Spins and Long can be interpreted in many ways, its use in the movie could give viewers the wrong idea. Who is Puppet in the FNaF canon? Since Puppet is so important within the lore, especially in relation to Charlotte, it would be strange to have the song suggest a connection with a mother who becomes the same animatronic. When that contradicts everything we know about the character, then should Long be used in the FNaF 2 movie? Maybe yes, but with caution. If the song is used as a metaphor, it could be effective in conveying the character's anguish, but it should make it clear that the mother is not well connected, much less is she Puppet. It's unrelated, and no 3D animation can convince me otherwise. However, if it is taken literally or presented without proper context, it could create confusion about the characters and their connection to the story, their connection to the lore, something that the most die-hard fans, like myself, wouldn't immediately have. Spins and Long's song has a very strong emotional charge, and although it would fit the overall tone of FNaF, its relationship with the lore could create contradictions if not handled carefully. Maybe in a FNaF 2 movie. Is there a way to use it? But it's clear that its implications within the story would have to be taken into account. So, what do you think? Should the song be in the movie, or do other songs or themes fit better? Share your thoughts in the comments. That's it for now. See you in the next video.